So that was Etude 42 from my new book called The Wisdom of the Hand, the Genius of the Jazz Pentatonic Scales. I call it Etude 42 Spindrift. It deals with chords, mainly on the black keys at this point. When you get away from playing melodies and deal with just playing block chords, melody has an entirely different meaning. It's more the coherence of the rhythmic flow than any melody. Here's a little bit of the melody quote from this piece. So it's more of the colorations of the chords that you're dealing with here, like drumming at the piano. The first thing you need to do is select an inventory of chords to work with. I did that here by choosing an arbitrary algorithm for creating chords. It's a thing where I put my 5 fingers over 5 notes, over 5 black notes, and I arbitrarily chose the 1st, 3rd, and 5th fingers to play a note. It happens to make a 4th stack. Now if you take that 4th stack, turn it over, you get an entirely different shape. 1, 4, 5. You turn that shape over, you get an entirely different shape. It's 1, 2, 5. Okay, if you go up the next note of the scale, my little finger was on G flat. Let's move up to A flat. It's the same 4th stack, so I won't do that over again. If you go to the next note, choosing the fingers 1, 3, and 5, it makes a triad. One more, another 4th stack, one more, this. Anyway, you can take all of these 4th stacks, turn them up, side down, and you have a whole array of different sounds on the black chords. There's one way of cheating to open the array up a little bit. Instead of sticking to the black notes, you can also take the 4th stacks and leave them intact. In other words, play the melody in the black key, but no matter what notes you're hitting, play a 4th stack underneath it. This will yield some white notes, just a couple though. There's the 2 white notes, C and F. This is not a theoretical decision, it's only based on fourths feel good. You haven't really violated the idea of fourths in the pentatonic scale, keeping in mind that the scale is a stack of fourths, right? So here's an inventory of notes just from this and chords. The point is, you need to comb out these black notes on the black keys in the key V flat minor, because there's no way you'll ever find these on the white keys. You'll just think out and go to your regular bebop playing and using thirds. This is sort of a discipline thing. So here's this whole piece one more time, and just look at the amount of music you can do on the black keys. You'll see occasionally the white key will appear because of the way we set up the fourths to violate the black key rule. So the black keys act as little mountaintops where you can almost see if you're violating the idea of pentatonicness, because if you're not playing a black key, you're not being pentatonic anymore. Now I'm going to move this down a half step. This is where it really gets scary, is let's try this on the white keys. Immensely much more harder than doing it on the black keys. Here's the same piece moved down from E flat minor to D minor. So if you want to sound like a fairly modern player like McCoy Tyner or Chick Corea, you need to deal with fourths. If you don't, you'll end up going back the old bebop ways, pre-1950 or pre-1960. That's fine, but it's sort of a lack of modernity. Somehow the fourth harmonies work so well in Latin bands, you know? Or fusion bands or anything else. It's just sort of the sound of our times.